Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. Jamie here today with Dylan and Nathan, and we're going to be talking about Seed of Chucky, which was released in 2004, 6 years after Bride of Chucky. And, you know, I was going to say straight up, this is the worst of the franchise. What do you two think?
Yo. Nostalgia-wise, I really like it because it was the first Chucky film I saw, but doing the revisit, it didn't hold up. It did not hold up.
I think it was great. I think it's a solid horror movie, and just a solid comedy as well.
So let's start off with the story then. We start off with Glenn, don't we, who's looking for his parents because he's got the Made in Japan thing on his arm.
Well, shitface.
Shitface, yeah. Glendo, which we'll get into, whatever you want to call him. The thing that gets me though, like, he finds Chucky and Tiffany, don't he, in Hollywood, and he, like, you know, brings them back to life, and they're just friends again. Like after Bride of Chucky, when they were fucking fighting to the death or whatever, and they just, you know,
Psycho killers.
But then at the end of the film, they turn on each other again.
They like at the end, like they didn't hate each other. Like Chucky did do the swap for Tiffany, so there was a love there. I get what you're saying.
That was very meta, this film. It's mentioned that we got Jennifer Tilly playing herself, like actually herself. It's kind of like Scream.
Angel.
It is like Scream in it because they're actually using the dolls to make a film as well. So it's like, you know,
yeah,
it's like stabbing Scream a little bit. Jennifer's trying to get the role of the Virgin Mary in Redman's film.
Why is that funny?
Why is it funny?
Why is that funny?
Because she's trying to sleep with him to play a virgin.
We just don't quite add up there, Chief, but we say less.
The math don't add up, son.
So yeah, Chucky, Tiffany, and Glenn are trying to get bodies to put the souls into. So they're trying to get they're trying to get Jennifer and Redman, aren't they?
Using Chucky's.
Yeah, using Chucky's fucking
goo.
It's goo.
Like, you thought it was bad in Bride with him having sex, but in this one you get Chucky masturbating. Even though I realised that I searched it up, you know that version we had? Like Nathan said he's seen it before. We were watching, that was the unrated version. So there was actually a shot of Chucky holding his dick in that, and I've never seen that shot before as well.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, there was an extra shot of him holding it. I've never seen it. And obviously the end was extended as well, but yeah. Basically, like I said, Redman dies, don't they? Because Tiffany's like dealing with her addiction of killing, but she ends up killing him.
Oh, we missed one of the best parts. Chucky explaining that violence isn't bad. It's violins which are
violins.
bad. God damn, music.
It's going to ruin this country.
I'll give the film credit. There is some funny moments. Like,
yeah,
there's definitely some funny moments.
This is like the Army of Darkness of this entire set of films.
True.
For me, the characters, the kill, everything's fine. It's just the story ain't great.
Yeah, the story kind of falls off.
Everything else, just the story's a bit.
So
the story's the same thing.
Yeah, the story is kind of repeated, yeah. And like then in the next film it goes like there's some elements of comedy, but the next one's more like Child's Play 2. The next one. But yeah, like, so basically I don't want to go over the entire story, but like Chucky and Tiffany are trying to put the souls into other bodies like they usually are, and then they end up fighting like they usually do.
We find out that Glenn or Glenda has like a split personality.
Oh yeah, it's kind of ahead of its time, wasn't it? Because she wants to be a girl and a boy.
Yeah.
Like her male personality is passive, and then the female personality is very aggressive, very much like Chucky. So it's like a really cool thing there.
True. So let's talk about the characters then. So we got, like I said, Tiffany's like dealing with her addiction. She wants to do better because now she's got a kid. And we get that funny. She's like on the phone and she phones that woman. And she's like, "I killed your husband." Oh yeah, and then she phones the advice person as well.
Tiffany was great.
Almost killing the day. Yeah.
I think Chucky was good as well.
The character.
But yeah, Jennifer Tilly was good as well. Yeah, but
yeah.
I like Chucky. Like when it comes to the end of realization, like I want to be a doll. I'm one of the best slashers of all time. Like I appreciate that he comes to that, you know, because like this is the 5th film now where he's like. Yeah. Trying to get out the doll, but now he realizes, you know, fuck it, I want to stay like this.
He's done
they
more
use that in next films.
And like you said, we got Glenn or Glenda, whichever one, which in the end, the shit face as well, as we originally find out. But like, I don't know, like she's kind of annoying to be fair, but it's a good character as well, I guess. Like I said, it's ahead of its time, but at the same time, it's like, you know.
I felt the British accent was a bit much.
Yeah, the British accent was a bit much.
It was, I think, the reason why the Glenn personality was like so soft, it was trying to add like that. You know, you had, what was the kid called in the first one again?
Andy.
They were like trying to add that like young person looking at Chucky doing all this violence, but without Chucky being aggressive towards them. Like they wanted a reason for Chucky to explain, no, I'm killing because it's fun. No, give me your body. Why? Just do it.
He also says it's been a family tradition for years.
I just love that scene where like he's in the cut and then he's got a knife. He's got a knife right there. Like we gotta quit. No, why?
Oh, the line I noticed when I was watching it when he goes, "Oh, is mum sick or is she ill?" And he goes, "Oh, the court said she was." I've noticed that line before.
Oh, really? You're always like, "What's your name? Shitfish." He's like, "Hit the ugly tree."
Oh yeah, imagine what the parents look like.
He just goes like that. It's made in Japan, which I'm pretty sure the dolls weren't made in Japan.
No, we saw them, the factory.
Yeah,
that's one thing I like though. Chucky and Tilly's made in China. You could tell it was like obviously ink, but because Glenn Glenda was born, it was more like birthmark color. It's such a little thing and obvious, but I really liked it.
The rest of the characters are, I mean, obviously we're watching it for Chucky and Tiffany, really, aren't we? Like you said, Jennifer Tilly does good playing herself.
Everyone else was just meat on the table.
Yeah, true.
And they use a lot of like Jennifer Tilly's old films and stuff being like, like Bonds while they reference.
Oh yeah, they reference, yeah. Especially the phone scene, which is like, oh yeah, I'm just getting fingered or whatever. Oh my god.
Looking brilliant.
So we'll talk about the kills next. I think the kills are actually pretty decent inside this film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like we've got the first one that I guess technically is Oh no, that was part of the film, so it don't really count.
It was the guy's
decapitation, wasn't it? Yeah. When they pull the what you call that? It's not.
It's
like
cheese
wire. Yeah, cheese wire. Yeah, they both grab it, don't they? And then his head goes flying off. Pretty good.
A really cool effect and like set the mood for the film.
I think that was even the special effects guy, like actually.
Yeah.
Who they killed. So that's pretty cool.
The kill that stands out for me so much was the peeping Tom, the paparazzi, when he gets the sulfuric acid poured on his face.
Oh yeah, by accident from Glenn. Yeah.
Like, I don't think his reaction was that big. Like, I think he should have been a lot more screaming. But the visual of just his face being rotted away, really nice.
That was a practical effect.
Oh, it was nice.
It was good. It was definitely a good kill. We also got Redman when Tiffany pulled out his intestines, didn't she, underneath the table.
Slash and grab.
Drop dead.
Yeah, Redman dropped dead.
What was her assistant? Her kill was pretty good.
Yeah, when she gets set on fire.
Yeah, because that was Glenda's, when it turns into the Glenda personality, first, like, glimpse of violence. Because she just darts out, gets the lighter in the gas can, says hello, burns her, and she just falls 20 feet to the floor. Beautiful. Great. What an introduction to this psychopath. Love it.
The death of Chucky's kind of weak, though. I mean, I say death, he's not really dead, but like Glenn just chops him up, don't he, with the axe. I mean, compared to how many times we've seen him die, I think it's kind of, it was alright, but...
I do that scene where like they're doing the reference to The Shining, and rather than him going, "Oh, Chucky's here," he's just like, "Oh, I have nothing to say." Okay. I think that's such a funny, like, instead of saying something smart, they just like went with like they just look so stupid. Like, it's like, I have nothing to say.
Yeah, true. Like, other people just be like, "Oh, here's Chuck," yeah. And I'd be like, "Okay."
Kill what we're glimpsing over though. Whoops! I did it again. As he kills Britney Spears.
Yeah. I always thought as a kid that's actually Britney Spears, but it's a lookalike.
Oh, it looks like a chief.
It looks just like.
It's obviously not, but it looks like.
So it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite horror movies. It really is.
Yeah, but I also think it's not a horror though, is it? It's like straight up comedy.
Comedy.
There's not like even Bride like had a little bit of horror, I guess, but even that was comedy as well. But this is just straight up comedy. Which is one of its issues as well. Like when we watched the next one, like they had to reboot it, and I think the next one didn't come out until like 10 years after at least.
So that would have been 2014, right?
Yeah. No, 9 years. It came out in 2013. So 9 years later. So there's a long gap between them, which is because where do you go from here? Like obviously the ending is like Glenda and Glenn are both like a boy and girl. Tiffany's took control of Jennifer Tilly's body, and then it's kind of hard to continue, really,
They tried to with the arm of the decapitated now Chucky grabbing at Glenn's throat. as he pisses his pants for I want to say the 4th time in the film. That got stale real quick.
Yeah, and the blinking of the eye as well.
But that was like a twitch. That was just like a thing. I mean, that was just part of the character.
I thought it was like something like him, like saving the memory or something. Or like, because it always happens when something like traumatic happens.
First time I ever saw it, I thought it was the switch between Glenda and Glen.
Yeah.
Like eye twitch, next personality.
I don't think Chucky was trying to kill him. I think he just wanted to give his son a hug on his birthday.
Maybe. He only had an arm. Like, you can't see, can it?
Like, when he died, he said he was so proud of him.
So, overall thoughts, what does everyone think about the film? What score would you give it?
I would personally give it a 5, because the story was just that lacking for me. Everything else was great, just the story wasn't there. Because Bride was such a hard thing for it to live up to.
Fair point, yeah.
Me personally, like a 10. Like, again, it's not a horror, it's a dark comedy, and that's really more my thing. But like, if I was viewing it as like a full-on comedy, I would go with like a 6. Like if it was going with a full-on horror, it would be a 6.
I'm just gonna say 5 out of 10 as well, but don't 10 out of 10.
I fucking think it's hilarious. I love it.
You think it's the best of all of them so far?
Like, again, I'm viewing it as like I like this film because it's funny, and it's the funniest one so far.
More than Bride.
I haven't seen the other two.
But the other two aren't really like it's more serious.
Yeah, but those other two could change my mind on this one. So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 on hold until I've seen the last two. Is that fair?
You're saying it's perfect then?
Perfect for me is in like I don't see any problems with it really. Like you're like, oh, it's the same story. I'm like, yeah, it's the same story, but it's a simple story. It's not complicated. It's like we need to get these bodies. And that's it. Nothing overly complicated about that.
Fair enough, and we've all got our own opinions. That shocked me. You said 10 out of 10. I wasn't expecting that.
Also, that's probably did say the third film was his favourite. Where did the lies end?
I'll never tell.
Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. Everyone click like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out Nathan and Dylan's social links inside the description. Next week we'll be reviewing Seed of Chucky, which is a good film, but it's not so much a comedy. So yeah, make sure you tune in for that. Until next week, peace out in a bit.